Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride, where we're channeling the man in the moon. I'm happy to tell you that the masks created along with Lena and my artist pal over at Redbubble have arrived. Here's the first one. Oops, upside down. Try it again. Yeah, what about that? That's going to make an impression. Here's the second one, a little bit more subtle. You might want to wear this in some place where you need to be subtle, right? I don't want anybody getting beat up while wearing these. This is one maybe it's familiar to you along the lines of the t-shirt. Not sure how well you can see it outside, but here you go. But here is my personal favorite, right? This artist over at Redbubble was really awesome. He created this marvelous mask. Great, isn't it? All right, so if you're game enough to buy these, they're on Redbubble. I'll put the link below. The purpose of these masks is twofold. It'd be great if I got my money back. I did put a little bit of investment in there, but that is not the point of these masks. The point is to somehow help in the fight against this regime, let's call it what it is, by creating a new meme that people are going to use. You notice Trump has all these memes available, right, Bart? They have all of these little phrases like America First that they've used to manipulate American culture. And I want to add this meme and a sort of trump the other meme, if you will, by putting in a new one. Imagine if you are talking to the Secretary of Press or asking Trump a question and you have this mask on. Think how great that would be. You don't even need to explain what you mean. Trumpocalypse pretty much says it all. I do want to really encourage people to buy these, and if you can afford it, send it to somebody who could get into the media, a protester or anybody who's involved with the media at all, anybody who thinks that they might be seen. Again, the purpose is not to make money. The purpose is to spread this idea and to somehow galvanize the protest against the Trump administration and its acolytes. If you do happen to know someone who could do this and you cannot afford to send them a mask, let me know and I will do my best to send it to them myself. Keep in mind, 10% of the money here is going to go back to defeat Trump, and I will do that as well, if possible, with just sending these masks to people. Obviously, don't try to get a free mask out of me. That's just going to be some really bad karma. But again, if you think you can't afford it and you do absolutely know somebody who will be out in the front of the crowd and maybe get a picture taken with this, please just send me an email and I will see what I can do. Along these lines, let's just check out what's going to happen next. And getting a really weird, just constant bar. His face keeps coming up. Not a pleasant thing, I'll tell you. His face keeps coming up. This is what's really important right now. I know that Trump is, doing his routine, but behind the scenes, Barr is doing very nefarious things, and his face always comes up as like a sort of, gosh, I don't even know what to. There's no comparison to Barr and what he's doing. Never before has our justice system been so terribly undermined for political purposes. So, Spirit, can you tell us what's Barr going to do? Now, this is like the 10th time. I always see there's a ship. There's some kind of ship. And I don't know what that would have to do with Barr. I don't know anything about it. But there's a ship, and it's in the water, and it's kind of got the feeling of cutting through the water, but maybe there's a submarine. And it's not a collision, but there's like a near miss, or there's some warhead that's sent that just misses the ship. Just something about this, and again, why would Barr have to do with some kind of international drama like this? But I just get my feeling is that they're trying to create a crisis, and Barr behind the scenes is organizing along with everybody else. It's very devious. That Barr isn't supposed to go out and walk down the street with a president who's just cleared the way of protesters. He's the, attorney general. He's supposed to be in his office doing attorney general things. He's not supposed to be political. So what else is... What's up with that ship? Spirit, can you tell me more about the ship? Okay, I'm getting a feeling of like go deeper into the water, like a submarine. It looks like they're Americans. American Navy is what I see. I get the feeling that they're provocative. The American Navy is doing something provocative, perhaps with the Middle East. There's some nefarious program here going on where they're going to try to create some kind of crisis. Like get in the Middle East, and it's completely devious. It is a complete orchestration. It will not be very successful, but keep an eye out for this kind of thing. We'll eventually know, I think, that Barr is behind it, along with many other people. People like Esper are getting really nervous about what Barr's trying to do. They're starting to think about the consequences for themselves. Do you have anything else on Barr? Yeah, that seems to be the summary on Barr for the moment. What can we expect from Donald Trump? I often get this too with Trump is addiction. And addiction shows up for me as, a needle, somebody sticking a needle in their arm. And I think that's just symbolic. I don't think Trump is doing that particular drug. But I keep getting addiction and problems with his addiction. It's becoming really, he's gone to the maximum that he can do. And again, I get the toilet image. It's really odd, but now he's taken this needle and he's thrown it in the toilet and he's trying to flush it so nobody sees. So I kind of get the idea of, maybe the toilet is just them flushing the truth or hiding the truth or unsuccessfully trying to flush stuff. Right? Again, the needle's showing me more. It's showing up again. What about the needles, Spirit? And it might just be, the Trump addiction is over. Right? People are no longer going to be addicted to this man. Is that accurate? That sounds fairly accurate, actually. So keep in mind, a lot of these things are symbolic, and you, as well as me, are going to try to figure out what they mean. Okay, what else? Is there anything else we need to know about Trump? Again, things are going down the toilet. Right? It's just getting really, really bad on the Trump side. Everybody's starting to know where this is going and that there's no chance that he's going to win, and there are going to be consequences for those who try to cover up for him. They're all looking askance like, how can I get out of this mess? So one message that you hopefully will understand here is that Trump has been largely neutralized. Everything that he does is going to be put under a microscope. Every person that's managing him and handling it is starting to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to go to prison. All of those people realize they're probably going to have to testify because of criminal acts that they are involved in, and they don't want to incriminate themselves. So breathe a sigh of relief that the tide has turned, and people are starting to view the exits, and they're starting to think, how can I get out of this mess? And they are very worried. Most of these people would not do very well in jail. Yeah, they're starting to seek lawyers to consider, wow, what are my, what are my options here? They're afraid to quit because of the consequences that would happen if they quit. Then Trump will reveal stuff about them that would incriminate them. So they're trying to figure out a way to stick around without actually doing anything. So nothing's going to happen. I mean, they're going to make a lot of attempts, but not that much will take place except for voting. That's going to be the full frontal attack. Trump is going to attack voting every way that he can. And it's not just Trump. He's going to have a bunch of Republican state leaders assisting him. It's going to be like a national shame. And that's what he and Barr are doing. Maybe the toilet image is just, trying to send the votes down the toilet, trying to flush the votes, trying to cover up. Yeah, he and Barr are really going to mess. They're going to do their best to mess with the elections. They will not be entirely successful, and understand that every time they do it, it's going to make them look really bad, and it's going to motivate people to go out and vote anyway, because nobody likes to be told that they can't vote. It'll also just look bad, the media, you realize, has finally started to take a little bit more of an assertive stance and actually go and find problems instead of talk about other media or just talk about Trump. So they're going to focus on a lot of these, long lines. They're going to focus on the polling issues and discriminatory practices. In a way, this is making us all step up. People are standing for hours in line to vote in the rain during a virus. They're really stepping up. It's almost like the times of the civil rights movement, where people are. It's like you're with us or you're against us. A lot of people are showing up. I hope everybody notices the incredible variety of people that have shown up for protests. That it is a unified group of people, and they're made up of every race, and all of them are angry about the, abuse and arrests and shootings of black people. Everybody's mad about this. Something changed. So take some heart that finally people have changed. I get a very frustrated Trump. And we are just about seeing Chuck Grassley. We're just about to see them start to rebuke Trump. We're just on the verge of seeing the Republicans take stock and realize that they don't want to be on the wrong side of this if they want to get reelected. So they're not strong rebukes, but it starts with Chuck Grassley saying, I don't really, he's about as, Republican, somewhat discreet characters you can get. He's still Republican, but he's not one of these, really loudmouth total loonies. He's sort of pragmatic. And he and a few others are going to say something. Lisa Murkowski already has, but he and a few others are starting to create a group of people which is going to undermine the right wing that has taken over. A lot of newspapers are being required to step it up. What else anything else, Spirit, that we would want to know? Watch the justice system very carefully. There are subtle changes that Barr is trying to make that will come back to haunt him, and the testing itself of our judicial system is extremely important. We have to see where its vulnerabilities are, and that is what's happening. So keep in mind that whatever these guys do, there will be consequences this time. There were not consequences before. but now there will be consequences, and there will definitely be consequences for Barr and Trump. At the very least, there will be serious consequences for them. I see them both in jail. And keep in mind, I often see Ivanka Trump with the tin cup asking people for money. Though the worst thing that you can do to these people is just take away their money. They will have no idea how to function in society when they're not part of an elite. All right. Thanks so much for watching.